everyone, and thanks for coming to my OPUS presentation. I know that this is different because we're not on Trinity's campus, so I appreciate you taking the time and being willing to come and listen to what I have to discuss today. I am here to talk about my SPED 317 class and an activity that I had to plan a couple weeks back based upon this crisis that we're in with COVID-19. So in this class, we were told to plan an e-learning lesson based upon the students that we were working with for our field placement. And since I'm a psychology major with a special ed minor, that's kind of different for me because my field experience is being adapted to something that will better help me with my long-term goals. So I've been doing my field placement with an adult services group. So I thought it would be very interesting to do my lesson based on that adult services group, especially because that's an area right now that's not being reached out to as much due to there being a lot of focus on schools and making sure that the e-learning is going to students who are on K through 12 and not necessarily the ages of 25 to say 65 or even above that. So I wanted to write my lesson based on that group so that they have something to do during this time. So as you can see, the activity that I decided to plan was with a cooking lesson. So in my placement, we've been doing cooking lessons once a week to kind of get the students that option to do occupational therapy type skills and have that independent living that they need. So here you can see a link to YouTube, and that link takes you to this channel called Autistic Chef, and he is amazing. He has his a bunch of different videos on cooking tutorials, and he is a student who has autism himself. So I thought it was very cool to have this resource for students to actually go back and look at with somebody who might have the same type of abilities that they might have. Along with that, I have a bunch of different directions listed here. So you can see that I have if you aren't cooking or if you are cooking. So a lot of the people that I were working with might have been in community homes or might have been living at home with their families. So I found it important to make sure that this activity was something that anybody can do no matter where they're at. So I tried to have them choose a video that they liked. They got to pick whatever cooking video they wanted. And then with that video, watch it all the way through, and then go back and look at all of the safety precautions that they need to take, or all the materials and supplies that they may need in order to do that activity. And if they aren't cooking, they can stop there, or if they are cooking, they can go off and do that activity. It's important for them to not be afraid to ask a guardian for help, so I made sure that they noted that, and they can go and try to cook the recipe themselves. So really cool way and fun activity for them to have ways to get up and moving during this COVID-19 time, but also still be learning and still have those learning skills that they need for independent living. So thanks for coming and watching my OPUS presentation. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you are all staying healthy during this time. Thanks, and don't forget to wash your hands.